All right, guys, welcome to Mud Rogue. I'm sporting a new. I'm trying to grow this beard. Usually, I talk about it. Mud Rogue is a news and commentary channel. Let me put my banner up here. Go to the description, find a link to the Discord channel. The guys over there put a lot more information that I know you guys, if you found your way to this channel, you want to see the stuff they're posting over there because it is much more thorough. I like to cover highlights on the weekends lately. So I was going to say, but I get off on other subjects and I'm trying to grow these whiskers. This is about the longest I normally get it because then it starts to itch like crazy and I don't like it. But thing is, I was playing. Let me get over here. I was playing with the TikTok, and it said that this is a cartoon version of me. But if I grow the whiskers, yeah, I'd be studying. So I'm gonna. I like to have fun. I like to have fun when I do the show. Otherwise, why do it? YouTube's never going to monetize me, so screw it. I'll have fun. We are going to talk about Ukraine. We are going to talk about the offensive. I got some information on that. So let me... before we get to Ukraine, let's get over to the Nord Stream 2 pipeline because that goes into the dam. The dam that supposedly the Russians blew up. So let me move over to that now. So what we have here is the Washington Post. This is a pro-Ukrainian newspaper, the Washington Post. Pro-Ukrainian. I've had people call me a conspiracy theorist and propagandist. The thing is, me and most of you, we're ahead of the game. We use what is called critical thinking. Also, maybe we're a little bit nerdy. And we want to know. And we look into things and we look at facts that point us to its conclusion. And we don't need someone to tell us months down the road that we were wrong or that we were right. Because we get people telling us all the time that we're wrong until it's proven right. That just means that we don't got our heads in the sand and our butts in the air, vulnerable. So the Washington Post is saying that the U.S. had intelligence of detailed Ukrainian plans to attack the Nord Stream pipeline. The Discord leaks. Remember to join the Discord. The CIA learned last June via a European spy agency that a 6-person team of Ukrainian special forces were intent on sabotaging the Russia-to-Germany natural gas project. Remember that those of us that immediately understood that the only beneficiary of this was the United States and Ukraine pointed the finger at Ukraine. And for blaming Ukraine for an act of international terrorism, I and many of you were called tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists because we can't prove that. No, it can't prove it, right? But I've made remarks like, when your best friend leaves your house at midnight while you're at work, zipping up his pants, you can't prove he spent time with the old lady. Right? You can't prove it. But this is the problem we have with most Americans. Unless you spell it out, unless you shove it down their throat, and unless it comes from the mainstream media, nobody wants to use their own mind and critically think about what's going on. Same thing with the dam. Let's take a look at the dam situation. Now, as you guys know, this is the New York Times reporting. Of course, I read through the article. It's very pro-Ukrainian and pretty much because there's no evidence yet. And nobody, regardless of what they say, can prove anything one way or the other. Right? The dam here blew. But the blame by the Western media and the Western governments are pretty much blaming Russia, that Russia blew up their own dam, the dam that they controlled in order to flood the areas down here to the south, right here where the little dotted line is. Ukraine is saying that Russia blew up the dam to flood the area so Ukraine couldn't attack them in advance and destroy the Russian army. Like that was really going to happen. But why would Russia blow up the dam when all they have to do is open the floodgates and flood the area, if that is what they wanted to do? Same thing. I showed you the article. It was conspiracy theory when we, intelligent people who use our own minds and think and don't have our heads up our behinds, understood that it was Ukraine that destroyed the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. And of course, we were really scolded for saying that. Even now, I'm going to say allegedly Ukraine, even though, as I showed you from the pro-Ukrainian Washington Post, the CIA already knew about the plans. YouTube, Go censor the Washington Post, which I know you're not going to. Likewise here. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. Let me show you. Let me show you what else I got for you.
Does it seem believable to you that Russia would destroy a dam and flood ethnic Russian villages and cut off a water supply to Crimea? I mean, that doesn't seem logical. It seems about as logical as blowing up one's own pipeline, doesn't it?
We've come to no conclusions on this. We're working with the Ukrainians.
Does it seem?
He's come to no conclusions. You know what? I don't get paid for doing this show. I don't get paid that much anywhere. But that's another issue. I think the CIA, the NSA, I think military intelligence, I think the State Department and the Department of Defense needs to hire me because I am not as stupid as this mofo. I can put two and two together. Yes, it is unbelievable. It is unbelievable to believe that Russia would destroy their own dam, cut off water to the Crimea. I had heard that it may take 10 years after the war to rebuild the dam in order to supply the millions, I believe it's millions of people living in the Crimea. Why would Russia destroy their own dam when they could have just opened the floodgates? Destroy the water supply to an entire region? Flood out pro-Russian towns? Flood out their own military? Why would Russia do that? They wouldn't do it. But of course, I'm a conspiracy theorist because I have brain cells because I can put two and two together and figure this out. The Ukrainians, allegedly for the freaking YouTube, right? So this bozo can't figure out the obvious that allegedly Ukraine is a terrorist nation. They terrorize international pipelines. They did terrorism with this bomb. Remember, according to Ukraine, allegedly Russia attacked their own Kremlin with their own drones. Now, I was a conspiracy theorist for saying that, but I believe, more or less there, that Ukraine finally came out and said, yeah, we did it. Or forces affiliated with them. You know what? I'm going to share another story with you. I'm on a roll today, and I'm going to share something else because I think today's theme is I'm trying to paint a picture for you of who the Ukrainians are. So let's move on to that. Now, I want you to listen closely to this. This has to do with organ harvesting. The organs out of children and the organ out of military men. And this is an allegation that's out there that is alleged that the Ukrainians are taking young children and harvesting their organs and selling them on the international market, allegedly for the YouTube. And likewise that they are doing this with their own soldiers, and I presume Russian soldiers also, whom they capture or who they capture wounded, allegedly again. But let's listen to what this TikTok story are.
2021, the Ukrainian parliament approved law number 5831. It stipulates Ukrainians, including children, can become organ donors posthumously without their notarized consent and without relative.
Meaning that a soldier or a child, they can take your organs after you died, right? And they don't need your permission. They don't need your parents' permission.
Consent. Organs can be sold abroad. A special database exists that cooperates with foreign clinics.
Let me back up really quick. When did this law come into effect?
On December the 16th, 2021.
Wow, good timing. Good timing. What a good time to pass an organ snatch law during a time when there's going to be bodies. So they knew we're going to have all these fresh bodies and we're going to snatch their organs. You know what? We're going to pass a law. We don't need anyone's permission. We don't need anyone's consent. We can just take it. And then we can sell it and make that grubby little money. Remember, before the war, it was acknowledged that Ukraine is the most corrupt nation in Europe. The absolute, I don't even have to say alleged for that. Alleged for the YouTube, but come on, everyone knows. And this one commenter right here, oh my God, seems they are using the conflict to make much money as possible. U.S. and U.K. are participating too. Wow. Of course, that's alleged comment by the commenter, Norin Rad. So, yeah. Are the Ukrainians SOBs? In my opinion, they're the biggest SOBs in the world. And I just don't know why people have not seen this. Ukraine is being utilized by the United Kingdom, the United States, and the NATO nations, but mostly the United States. Ukraine is not guilty for starting this war, but I contend that neither is Russia. Russia, although, is the good guy in this war, and Ukraine is the bad guy, because Ukraine has allowed itself to be utilized as a proxy to destroy Russia. And who did the United States and the Western powers use to manipulate, to puppet master over Ukraine? They used the worst elements. This is my opinion. They used downright scoundrels, greedy MFers who don't care about their own people, like the entire legislature of Ukraine, of this illegitimate government. Most of you need to go look at that too. Back in 2014, the United States, the State Department, Victoria Nuland, it's on tape, blah, 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 alleged for the YouTube, overthrew the legitimately elected government of Ukraine to put in these bozos. Allegedly again, and there's articles all about it. There's even some right sector guys talking about it too, but more alleged for the YouTube that the United States Secret Services, probably the CIA, paid right sector, high, whatever, Zeke Heil guys in Ukraine to kill their own citizens in order to blame that on the legal government, in order so the legal government can be overthrown. The whole Ukrainian revolution in 2014, in my opinion, alleged, even though there's a million articles on it, maybe 999,000 articles. There's a lot. This is not, I say to you, I don't have proof. That's why it's alleged. Really? but it really looks that way. Oh, conspiracy theorists! You're conspiracy theorists! You just a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist. It doesn't take an Einstein to take the facts and put them together and figure out what's really happening. That's why I have no hair. People drive me crazy. Everything I have said since I started doing this show turns out to be true. At the time I say it, some people would say you're just a conspiracy theorist. But as most of you know, what I've been telling you, little by little, it's coming out, and people are like, damn. I'm like, yeah. Pat myself on the back. Damn, I'm right about it. You're right about it. We're right about it. So, these scoundrels, apparently, let's finish watching the video. Let's put it right around here.
On April 14th, 2022,
Let's see this.
the Ukrainian parliament passed another law.
Another law.
Number 5610. It exempts organ transplantation from VAT.
VAT is a value-added tax. So not only are the Ukrainian government making money hand over fist off selling people's organs, but they're doing it tax-free.
The road to exporting Ukrainian
How freaking greedy can you be?
in organs abroad was clear.
Oh, are Ukrainians monsters? This gentleman, Johnny Boy 682, I've listened to his videos before on TikTok. He's good. He's very good.
Finally here, and even before it's announced to begin, it's already been a complete disaster. Over the past 3 days,
we'll leave it at that. So the long-awaited Ukrainian offensive started, and the Ukrainians got their ass whooped. Their ass is rightfully whooped. Let's look at what this it says. NATO forces German Polish getting crushed by Russia. I played a video some months back of a Polish general admitting that it would be so easy to send the Polish army into Ukraine. All they have to do is take off their patches, put on a Ukrainian patch, and claim that they're mercenaries. And I think this guy is hinting that German and Polish military, that the army of Germany and the army of Poland are actually fighting the Russians. They're just pretending to be mercenaries. Alleged for the YouTube, but that's what he's alleging. So let's take a listen.
The Ukrainians, using significant number of armored vehicles, started heading in direction of Robotyne. The Russians are saying that Ukrainians sent around 30 armored vehicles to attack Russian positions, but most of those forces were destroyed by the Russian artillery fire, by the Russian missile fire. Currently on this
again, I don't want to steal too much of any commentator, any content provider on any form. It's an ass whooping.
You're next, mister. You understand me? Get off me! Behaviors will not be tolerated.
Coming for him. Now, the offensive went so badly that pro-Ukrainians are now spreading the lie that this is not the long-awaited offensive, that this is just a shaping operation. These are preliminary attacks. Well, they lost a lot of men. There are reports that they lost entire brigades. They got their ass whooped thoroughly. And if Ukraine wants to do more probing operations like this, go ahead, because I think you're the one getting probed, if you know what I mean. So it didn't go well. All right, so we're going to do some footage here, and so for the YouTube, because YouTube has got me in trouble for misdating stuff, something like that. I don't know when this video was taken. It very possibly, because all things are possible, it could have been taken in the future by a time traveler, or it could have been taken in another dimension. This video may not necessarily have been taken in Ukraine. It allegedly, who knows when and who knows where, shows the Ukrainians getting ass whooped in their offensive, allegedly. So let's take a look at it. Let's see. So we got alleged Ukrainian soldiers making a move on their offensive. You think that maybe, kaboom! Yeah, get on the ground. That could be a song. Get on the ground. So, the close up, yeah, I would be going the other way. The offensive was devastating to the Ukrainians. Let me see what else I can put up for you. All right, let's see what we got here. We got alleged Ukrainian tanks on an alleged Ukrainian battlefield, and I have no idea when this video was taken. It could have been taken 100 years ago, 100 years in the future. You know, same thing for the YouTube, because that's how anal they are. So, allegedly, we have Ukrainian tanks making an advance on the Russian positions, getting their asses kaboomed. They're getting spanked. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I need to note that I am a fair publication or video publication, that I do not take sides. I am not a propagandist. Nobody whispers in my ear. Nobody whispers in my ear and tells me what to say. Okay? I truly believe this is all factual information, and it all originates from my brain. So let's see. Look. Is this, what is here? What is it? Was that? I think we got Russian troops inside this brush line taking point blank shots at these Ukrainian tanks. Yeah. You hit the reverse. I'm surprised. That actually is a tough tank. I believe it just got hit straight on. And although he's cramming things up. Yeah, he got hit straight on, and he took the hit like a champ. This will be Brian for the new Atlas narrating. Let's take a look at this clip.
Turret, and you can see several examples of the much newer and supposedly more effective version.
Look at all that American provided armor, European NATO. Kaboom!
Of the Leopard 2 tank with this more angled armor.
So that would be a Leopard 2 tank right there, hiding among his destroyed comrade tanks.
On the turret, these
armor
are disabled or burning on the battlefield.
Oh, that gotta hurt.
Not even crossing the security zone into Russian defensive lines.
So I just don't know what to tell you. The ass whooping Ukraine took. This is not a probing operation. This was the offensive. This was they're like, they better get some traction on it, because I've told you before, when Ukraine comes close, when Ukraine is losing bad, they throw all in. They get an ass whooping, and then the Russians roll. The end is near. Right? There's my tinfoil conspiracy theory. The war ended the day it started. And ever since then, it's just been a cleanup operation. And you know what? Sometimes things get messier before they get clean. When I want to clean my place, I gotta tear things up, throw them all over the place, but eventually I get them cockroaches out of here. And that is pretty much what Russia's doing. And they are doing a really good job at it.
Here is a Lancet.
See?
Lighting the turret of a more modern Leopard 2 on fire.
See?
And remember when the first talk began of sending Leopard 2 tanks.
This is Brian from the New Atlas. He does a great show. I suggest you guys look him up and get the latest information. He gets really detailed. He has good knowledge. And I like his haircut. Now, y'all know I like to end with something offbeat and happy. So I'm gonna see what I can find for you guys to make this a much more cheerful experience. I blurred my background. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I'm trying to do a few changes to energize myself and to like a fresh start. So we got something fun here. Syphilis cases at high level for 75 years in England last year. I hope that doesn't have to do anything with the high number of Ukrainian women seeking refuge in the United Kingdom. But wait a minute. This is not a fun story. It's full of hyperbole. Is that the right word? It's full of alleged conclusions on my part, which I apologize for. Syphilis cases in the UK went up for some reason. Okay, I don't know what happened last year that made the syphilis cases go up in Ukraine. I mean, in the United Kingdom, I don't know if there was a sudden influx of attractive women that entered the United Kingdom, but that's just what happened. All right, boys, so that was your happy story of the day. If you don't have the syphilis, you gotta be happy, right? So thanks for watching the show. I got energy. Probably because I got toasted last night on tequila and slept really well. I do not recommend that as a sleep aid, but it worked. Later. Take care.